I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. We're getting ready for the new year. Miami Dolphins Nation, Miami Dolphins fans. I am your host, Larry K. Welcome to the Phin-Addict Fury channel, where the furious Phin-Addicts get at it every day, all day. And this week we are happy, we are redeemed. We are enjoying our eggnog, which is in my little Newark Public Library cup right here. And we are just chilling because our Miami Dolphins beat the New York Jets, and they didn't just beat them. They rubbed their face in the dirt. They knocked them. They had grass coming out of their helmet. They were destroyed because our Miami Dolphins were focused, honed in, and were not going to allow another December collapse, despite what people like me might have thought was coming, despite what people like Greg might have thought was coming, based on that terrible ending against Tennessee. We came back, we were focused, we were locked in. It was beautiful to see. Guys, if you're in here and you're not yet a subscriber to this channel, click subscribe right now. Click subscribe. We will never be the biggest Fin channel on the internet. We will never be the most popular channel on the internet, but we have a dedicated audience of Fury fam members. We have a dedicated listener base of people that like to hear objective, real talk that takes into account what's going on week in and week out, that has a legitimate group of people talking Fins and a great bunch of content from people like Shake Money, Lucci, Greg, everybody else. Got a special guest in the house tonight. I'm very excited about that too. That was Shake's doing. Shake is always thinking and doing and moving and shuffling and doing what he has to do. Click subscribe and join this channel. Now look, the Buffalo Bills, you got Suicide Hotline in here. The Buffalo Bills are making moves right now. They beat the Cowboys. I knew they'd beat the Cowboys. Cowboys have trouble outside of their dome. But the Cowboys are going to be pissed off next week. Cowboys are coming into Miami, which is a much nicer climate than Buffalo, Western New York. And they're going to be looking for revenge, just like we were looking for revenge against the Jets after that Tennessee game. Yes, I saw a team that was good. I saw a team that was clicking on all cylinders. I saw that. But I also saw a team that was out to prove something. A team that was sick of hearing that Tyreek Hill was their entire offense. A coach that was sick of hearing that he didn't know how to rely on the run game. Didn't have a game plan with Tyreek out. And guess what? All of those things that were said, they weren't misnomers. They weren't fake, nonsense. They weren't fugazi statements. Those things that were said were true. But they're not true any longer because this team made a point to prove them wrong. And I hope they continue to do that, because the narrative now is, and still is, and has been, that the Miami Dolphins are incapable of beating a winning team and are incapable of putting their money where their mouth is when it counts late in the season. Well, it's all there in front of us, guys. The next 3 weeks are beautiful holiday weeks. We go up against Dallas on Christmas Eve. We go to the Baltimore Ravens on New Year's Eve. And then we got those dirty, stinking Bills coming down to South Florida to finish out the season. Now, if you were a betting person, you looked out across the landscape, you looked at the schedule, you would say, well, the Bills' schedule looks pretty easy, doesn't it? Dolphins' schedule looks pretty hard. If the Dolphins lose just one of their next 2 games, then the final game against Buffalo is for the division. The way the wild cards are shaking out, Buffalo, their only chance might be to win the division. Well, we will see. But it's all in front of the Miami Dolphins right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's all in front of the Miami Dolphins. Everything they've wanted, all their goals. We once again in December control our own destiny. And isn't that what we always want? There are no excuses. Win these games. Dallas is a good team. Dallas is going to be looking for blood. But we are a good team. And we are at home. We've only lost one game at home this season so far. Okay? We need to go out and take care of business on our home field against the Dallas Cowboys, who have shown that they struggle on the road, who have shown that they struggle, except for the Eagles, playing teams that are winning themselves. If we beat Dallas this week, we clinch a playoff spot. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to have your Merry Christmas Santa Claus coming down, eating the cookies and opening gifts and everything Christmas morning, knowing that your Fins are going to be in the playoffs no matter what? Wouldn't that be nice? Let's do it. Let's do it. 60-yard passes to Waddle are beautiful. Let's do it. Okay? Then, if we beat Baltimore, we clinch the division if we beat Dallas and Baltimore. Wouldn't it be nice on New Year's Eve where you're popping your champagne, grabbing a kiss from your girl, or if you're single, that the chick, at the party you're at, or crying in your pillow because you're alone, you're making resolutions you can't follow. I don't know, whatever you do on New Year's. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice on New Year's to have the Dolphins clinch the division, the AFC East, for the first time since 2008? I mean, they earned it this year. Mostert is breaking records, all-time records, Mark Clayton records, Ricky Williams records. He's breaking them. We should have broken the points record against the Broncos. Look at all the stuff we're pulling off this year. Wouldn't it be nice to end it the way we deserve with a home playoff game or two? It's all there in front of us, Dolphins fans. It's all there in front of us. At long last, it's all there in front of us, but they got to do it. They got to do it on the field. And it's set up for them. 2 home games out of 3. 1 in Baltimore, where we've had a decent showing against Baltimore in the last 2 years. They used to own us, not the last 2 years. Cap, what up, man? Nice to see you, brother. So it's all in front of us. These are all 3 good teams. I'm not going to knock these teams. I'm not going to make up reasons why these teams aren't good. I'm not going to kid myself. But we're a good team too. And it's time to line up helmet to helmet, trench to trench, and beat them. Now, a lot's going to depend on our health, okay? A lot's going to depend on our health. The offensive line is banged up. Austin Jackson went out. We don't know his status for the game coming up. Kendall Lamb, thank God we have him. Our depth on this team has stood the test of time this year, but it's wearing thin. Is Javon Holland going to play? Campbell had a nice game. Eli Apple had a nice pass breakup, but he still struggles. You got to hope X is coming back. I think X is coming back for this game. I hope Elliott's coming back for this game. He was in concussion protocol. You hope he's out of it. You hope he's going to get back for this game. And then your only hole is really Baker. But by the way, Duke Riley's played well. Then your only real hole on that defense. I mean, Phillips is out, but, we already know that. But then your only real hole is Holland. And, Jones, 2 interceptions, solid tackles, solid game from him all around, quite frankly. And you love to see that. Devon Achane, yeah, he hasn't had the same craziness he's had in the beginning of the season, but he's been close to breaking almost every one of them. He's got that spring in his step. Those holes aren't as big as they were, and teams know about him, right? But Mostert's an absolute monster. Mostert's an absolute monster. He's one of the best running backs in the entire league. And shame on anybody, including me, who thought we should go after Cook or Taylor. Shame on any of us, because Mostert can get it done. Chris Greer is pretty much all of our pops at this point. Chris Greer knows better than most of us because his team is, the depth is great, the players are great, but now they gotta execute on the field. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys as a Dolphins fan, I still want to see, not in a blowout, not when the defense has its ears pinned back and just playing out of their mind, just destroying opposing quarterbacks. I want to see, in an adverse game where it's tit for tat, where we're coming down to the wire, I want to see Mike McDaniel call a really good game. I want to see Tua Tagovailoa take the ball and make clutch throws in clutch situations, in clutch games, in the clutch time of the year. Don't take that as I'm saying they can't. Take that as this is a show me season, as I've said from the beginning of the year. I predicted a 13-4 record. We have 4 losses right now. Do the math. Do the math. It's a show me season. And Miss Fins is in the house. What up, Miss Fins? What up? And she says she told everybody we don't need JT. She's right. And we didn't. We have a great running back room. We really do. So this is a show me season, and there's no reason why they can't show me everything I wanted to see in these next 3 games. They've already came so far in showing us all that. But I already told you guys, I'm not counting my chickens. I never count my chickens. I will never count my chickens. I'm not going to do any kind of full breakdowns and season talking trash about anybody's team or about our team or anything else until this season's over. Okay? Until this season's over. So you won't catch this channel gloating and talking nonsense. We're only going to talk facts. And right now, the facts are we have 3 games in front of us that are challenging games. And if we win those 3 games, we are going to be the 1 seed in the AFC. That means the entire road comes through Miami, and that means I'm coming down to South Florida to tailgate and have fun and go to a playoff game. If we lose one of these games, well, you never know. Then we got to suit up, and we got to get ready for some road playoff games, and it's still in front of us. You lose more than that, and we start questioning things. Not questioning things long term, not questioning the skill sets of the players, not questioning the GM, but just questioning, can this team get it done? It's all there in front of them. The Jets have a terrible offense. I understand that. But you got to understand why I thought they had a chance. The Jets balled out of their mind the week before. I understand the Texans are a dome team. The Texans struggled in bad weather. Okay? They lost like all their starting wide receivers. I understand that. Okay? But 30-0 is still not the expected outcome for a division rival that can play at a decently high level. We annihilated the Jets, and partly because their offensive line was decimated, understood. But that vaunted defense, without our star receiver and Tyreek Hill, we did what we had to do against them. That includes going for it. And that includes a mess up, a bunch of field goals. So we did what we had to do. We came out with our hair on fire. But I hope that Titans game is focus that carries with us through the next 3 weeks. Because any humble pie that the Dolphins got from that loss, any indication that they needed to expand on what they were doing, that they needed to expand on their offensive playbook, get Waddle more involved, get other receivers more involved, I hope that was the wake-up call they needed. I hope going forward they continue to do that. I hope Hill comes back. And Cap, you said it. Our own destiny. You said it. You said it. And you hope we get, I see Lolo saying, our offensive line is hurting. You got to hope. You got to hope that we get some guys back on that offensive line. We're never going to be 100% healthy because Wynn is done for the year. Connor Williams is done for the year. But you can get much more healthy than we are now. And you hope that we get much more healthy than we are now. And we make a run. There is not a team, especially in this conference, that we can't beat. The question is, will we beat them? Adam Fins up. Guys, if you're in here, click subscribe. We need you to click that subscribe button. If you're in the building right now, even if you're passing through, click the button right under me. Just click it right now, right under me. Click the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 1,500 subscribers. That was the goal at the beginning of the season. We had our bumps and bruises, the demonetization, the nonsense, YouTube playing games, but we're still close. Click subscribe, click like, share this video. Become a member of Fury Fam. We have a unique content platform on this channel right here, and we're giving unique personalities the opportunity to start their own things and do their own things on this channel as well. And here's the thing. I want to come back and hang out with you guys again. If Miami gets a home playoff game, I'm coming back. I cleared my schedule. For those 2 weekends in the middle of January, I made sure my Fridays, my Mondays were good so I could get down there and get back comfortably. The Dolphins got to do it, man. I want to be down there. You can't have a season where your running back breaks the records of Mark Clayton and Ricky Williams and not get a home playoff game. I don't care how tough the Bills are playing, and they're playing tough. They decimated Dallas. They beat the Chiefs straight up because Tony wants to take a stupid penalty. which now, by the way, all of a sudden the NFL's calling that all of a sudden now. All of a sudden, that's a thing. Offensive offsides, because Robbie Chosen got a call this week when we played too. But I don't care if the Bills are playing with their hair on fire. It's time not for us to start playing with our hair on fire. We just wiped the floor with a division rival. We swept 2 out of the 3 teams in our division this year. We made the Jets are going nuts. The fans are out of their minds. They are beside themselves, and I love to see that. I live in New Jersey. I love to see the Jets fans beside themselves. Let's use that as a launch pad. Let's use that as a spring pad to run through the rest of these teams this year and make a dent. I don't want to go out against Dallas on Sunday and be like, oh, this is the Dolphins again. Dallas is struggling. I want to go out and strike Dallas while they're wounded. Let them come out with their hair on fire and hit them where it hurts. Body blows. Run the ball. Let Ramsey and X go to work. Cover CeeDee Lamb. I know Lucci's going to be in the building for the Bills game. I mean, you think we're going to just lay down at that Bills game? You're out of your mind. But let's clinch it. Let's lock it up before then. Let's let that Week 18 be putting the Bills on their ass outside the playoff picture, because that would be even better. Let's not even get to a point where we're playing for the division that last week. Let's not. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm also nervous. We've seen what this team sometimes does against formidable opponents. We see what happens sometimes when we get our hopes up. But I saw firsthand this week what happens when we get 2 down. This team this year has shown us that they can rebound and that they can do things that we don't necessarily expect them to do. And that's nice too. So let's see what we can do. I'm excited for the rest of the season. I'm excited for the holidays. This made my week, but there's a lot left to do. And I'm excited to see what happens. I really am. We got a great show for you tonight. All kinds of cool stuff coming on. So make sure you stay here. Click subscribe if you have not clicked subscribe yet. Subscribe to this channel. We have reactions after every game. We have the happy hour on Thursday nights where Lucci and Shake go through rooting interests, teams that you should pay attention to, games you should pay attention to, etc. You have me coming on live and riffing every now and then too. And we are coming back with the monetization so we can keep this channel going and help this channel grow. Get new bells and whistles. Keep it sustaining. Luckily, we had some generous people who kept it running for the last couple months. And with no further ado, the man who was beside himself last week. I mean, this guy was on the Finn's tailgate, and El Cap was like, geez, I mean, take a breath. You know, these guys are like, this guy is, you got to contain this guy. And I'm glad, because he was, I don't know what he would have done, because he was beside himself, worse than me. And now he's come back. I think he's in good spirits. And I want him to tell you how he's feeling. G, what's going on?
What's up? All right, here we go. Tua at the line here. Here we go. He's going to hike it. He's looking deep. He's got Waddle. He's got it. He's gone. Touchdown, Dolphins. I don't know, Jim. I think if that was Josh Allen, that would have been an 80-yard pass.
Dude, what do you think of Quinnen Williams doing this to Waddle and then getting punched out, in the very next play we bomb it to Waddle? I thought that was poetic justice.
Karma is a B word.
Yes, it is, isn't it? It really is. It really is, bro.
And I just want to point out, I have at least been talking about getting the ball first. I mean, we got the ball first. Look at that, 7-0. We kept our throats on the gas pedal. We didn't let up, and we shut those bums up.
Yes.
They want Salah fired. They want all their coaches fired, but they believe Rodgers is going to save all their jobs, and they're going to have to deal with it next year, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too, G. I can't wait till they trot Rodgers out there like he's the savior of everything, when the team is an absolute mess and the organization is an absolute mess. But they still think Rodgers is going to get it done. Rodgers is making all the decisions over there. Like he's he knows everything. Just let Rodgers decide. It's crazy, Greg. It's nuts.
Crazy. Meanwhile, they got washed up Randall Cobb.
Washed up Randall.
Yeah.
Greg, how was your mood different? But I want to know this before we bring everybody else up. I know what your mood was after the Titans lost, same as mine. I know your mood's better now. What's your mood and outlook for these next 3 games, man? These next 3 games are crazy.
I think it has to do with like the loss just sucked, and you stayed up all the night and you get in a shitty mood after that, and then you just drag it up. But eventually you get over it. Your mood's changed. So I was saying the season's over, but again, that was overreaction Tuesday because the Dolphins lost. But then after watching Hard Knocks, I got some confidence back, especially after that beautiful ending. And I got my confidence back. I knew we were going to beat the Jets. I had to say it that we're going to beat it. We were going to lose to the Jets to keep the not the jinx us, but I put some money. I put a little money on the Jets, $2 worth on the Jets.
Okay,
it doesn't matter. And we lost, and the Dolphins won, so I'm happy. I mean, hey, it's $2. I'm going to make that back up in my paycheck this week. But the Dolphins win. I'm happy. I don't care. $2 is nothing to me.
Yeah, it's just changing a cup. That's why I don't count my chickens. Like I talked a little junk to some Jets fans just because they opened their mouth first. But I'm trying to keep karma, Greg. I don't want to talk too much before it's over and done with. Like I don't want to. So I'm not talking.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same thing. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I hear you, G. So I love that intro, and I'm glad we're in better spirits. I don't have to have my hoodie on, listening to, take my breath away in my car, crying myself to sleep. And like everybody was worried about me because I was very depressed. And like what Lucci was saying was close to true, man. I was like, there was a cloud over my head all week, and like the cloud was lifted on Monday morning. I was like, I was like suddenly could talk to people and be a human again. I was such a mess. It was terrible. I don't want to be emo like that, bro. I graduated from that stage. I don't want to do that.
Nope.
So, and I'll let Lucci speak to that in a minute. But first, I want to bring in Shake because he's got his victory cigar over here. He's doing all his stuff, and
Yeah. By the way, I usually do my my pineapple juice, whatever.
Yes.
But being that it's the holiday season, Christmas.
Yes.
Being that I'm a Latino, we don't drink eggnog. We drink
coquito.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love that, bro.
That's that
I
Puerto
love
Rican
to see
eggnog.
that. Hell yeah, that is, bro. People be hustling it around here in Jersey. Be like, who want coquito? Who want? And like they just hustle it. It's good.
Deal.
It goes for a lot of bottle, man. It's banging. So, Shake, what do you say about today?
Morning, Your Majesty. It is another beautiful day in Zamunda.
Yes, it is. It is another beauty.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
I got cut off a little there, but it is a beautiful day in Zamunda. Finish your thought and then show us the good, the bad, and the ugly, my brother.
No. I only got one meme today because we got our special guest.
Got you.
But let's start off with of course. Let's start off with the good.
Mm-hmm.
And the good is there's a lot to choose from, but I chose this one.
Yes. What's better than that, bro? What's better than that?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I'm always sweeping it. We swept the Patriots and we swept the Jets.
Nothing better. Only better thing would be sweeping the Bills too.
Yeah. I said we would split with the Jets, but that was before Rodgers went down, and I knew once that happened, and we saw Milf Wilson out there, I knew we were going to sweep.
Milf Wilson, man, he was struggling. I give him props for even trying.
Listen, the Jets have all their quarterbacks I can make fun of. We got Milf Wilson with his stuff. We got Trevor Seaman out there. We got Tim Doyle.
Yeah, Trevor Seaman. That's crazy.
See, Siemens first. You guys ever have that furniture store around you? We had it here. Anyway, that was the commercials.
Actually we had one called Badcock. So
we also had Crazy Joe. We had a lot of weird stuff. We're gonna go into that right now. Maybe I'll show some of those old commercials in the off season. What about the bad, Shake?
No, we got one more good.
Okay.
And that was what he alluded to, that 60-yard pass to Waddle.
I love it.
And I think it was cool because that defensive tackle was doing the Waddle, and then the next drive, that pass happened.
Yes.
I thought that was awesome.
Hell yeah.
He can't do it without Tyreek. That's what the
nonsense.
geeks on the internet say.
The geeks on the internet. What do they know?
I
The
know.
bad.
Word.
I couldn't think of too much bad. So Thursday night football. Oh my God, really? That was a travesty, man. What they do. Well, I tell you what, man. Amazon. I hope they kept the receipt because, good Lord, they got robbed with no mask.
They show them the worst games on there, and their broadcasts aren't even
I
bad.
could count on my hand the good Thursday night games that was played this year.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals,
You know?
Ravens.
That's like it. And then I was
Yeah.
at the Thursday night game last year when Tua got hurt. Like, I have no love for Thursday night football, bro.
Chiefs. Oh, that was
And the other bad is the O-line depth.
Mm.
I think we're finding a way to do it, but still, we can't lose any more people. You know what I mean?
It's getting to a real thin situation, bro. Like, even Omar Kelly was saying it the other day, like, yo, our depth has held up really good all year, but now it's starting to get a little shaky. Like, we got to get some of these guys back. We can't afford any more injuries, and we got to get some guys back. Like, enough is enough with losing people. You know what? To your point right here, I'm glad we got out of that game, aside from Austin Jackson, like, relatively healthy. At least nobody was lost for the season this game. It's the first time in like 3 weeks.
All right, and then of course, the ugly.
Oh yeah. Besides my face.
And by the way, my man Lucci, he's gonna laugh his ass off on the last ugly. And Larry K, I'll let you read it. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you read it. The ugly, not the first one, the next one.
Okay.
New York Sports Radio. I could imagine.
It's been so fun, bro. It's been ugly and brutal. I posted something today about how brutal it was. It was hilarious. You guys got to see it because it was like the guy was saying, like, you got Mike McDaniel with his joggers and his Louis Vuitton sweatshirt just going on Rob Saleh's lawn doing donuts with his middle finger up. Like, that's what he was hilarious, bro. It was, and I just pictured McDaniel doing donuts on Saleh's front lawn with his middle finger up and like then sprinting like he did in the broadcast. And I was like, that's hilarious. Like, that's the stuff they're saying today. And I loved it because they set themselves up, bro, all week. They were so confident. They're like, the Dolphins are reeling. They don't have Tyreek. And they were even asking, bro, because now I went back because I'm a psycho. I'm a psycho with this stuff, which is why I turn emo when we lose. I went back and watched like the press conferences from last week leading up to the game. And the New York reporters are the worst. They're terrible, like before and after. But they're asking Saleh, like, why are they so different when Tyreek's out? Like, hinting that we were screwed. It was like so beautiful to watch them crumble. By the way, Saleh gave good answers. He's like, look, he's really good. They're really good. They have great players everywhere. But of course, he's the idiot when he gets killed by a good team. And the reporters are so sassy. I loved it. And it's ugly and it's bad. And I love it.
Yeah.
All right, but Anthony Piolucci, actually, I think you're more fit to read this one. Go ahead, Piolucci. I need you to do the honors. Read this one, please.
And Larry K is telling people to spell Zach Wilson. Yo, that's crazy, right? When he did that, I went in on him in the comment section. That I think
he got on me.
Post.
You know what's funny is all my boys, like one's a Cowboys fan, one like two are Jets fans, one's like a Giants fan. They didn't even answer me when I said that in like our group chat. Then later that afternoon, my boy who's a Dallas fan was like, yo, glad I didn't take your advice, but I did start Mostert. And I was like, yeah, you're right, bro. He's like, shut up. And I was like, yeah, I deserve it. I was so mad because I found out X was down. That was how insane I was. I was like, start Zach Wilson in fantasy. What an idiot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was ugly.
That.
And by the way,
I'm glad you called that out because that was pretty bad. I expected somebody to say that.
That was that. You know what, Shakes? That's your best ugly out of everything. Is that right there? Because that was just straight bozo talk. I love Larry to death. My guy's super smart. That was he was living on the edge, and maybe it was that, or maybe it was one of his other posts after. But I had to go in on him in the comment section. I clowned him a little bit.
He did. He
had a little bit on his personal page because I was like, "Yo, my dude," and I wasn't gonna do it. But one of his friends, he was like, "Man, you know, this." He's like, "Man, you're my guy, but this negativity is starting to, get a little bit."
Yes.
And then I had to, try to levitate the situation.
Nah, Lucci got me because he's like, yo, you know how, and I told my girl this because I told her about how funny it was because she knew how upset I was. And I was like, yo, Lucci said that, like, he's like, you know how Larry drives around with Jazz in his Cadillac, like in a suit? He's driving around right now with a hoodie on, blasting like "Take My Breath Away" in the rain. He got me, and I deserve that. I laughed even though I was still upset going into the game. I laughed because you got to get me, bro. That's just me. You guys know, and anybody who's on the group chat, Doll Fan Den, you know I'm an idiot in that chat because I just get very emotional. I'm a very emotional guy.
So. That's it, though. That's it. But you know what? Those are the realest people in life.
Yes,
the people
bro.
that wear the, say, oh, he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah.
You always know what to expect from them people. At least you know when they're disappointed, they're going to show it. When they're upset, they're going to show it. You always know what to expect from those kinds of people. I'm the same way. So I'm defending that. And that's just life.
True story. No, I agree with you. So you said you had one mean shake?
To an extent.
Yes.
It's dedicated to my good friend Michael K. He says, remember the 48-20. So in lieu of that, I want to show him his look.
Well, I saw that earlier too.
10-4.
Hey, I'm
still clutching that.
Hey,
there you go. Your Super Bowl banner. Your week 4, I just want to commemorate his week 4 Super Bowl championship. Yeah. He's like LeBron James. They won an in-season championship. So
is that like El Cap at his desk wearing a Buffalo like spray?
Yeah, because he lost a bet to Michael K. So he had to wear a Bills jersey.
What was the bet? Dallas?
No, it was the last game. It was Buffalo Bills versus Miami Dolphins.
Oh, that.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you can tell, it was during the winter because you know what I mean. He had the hoodie on and whatever.
Yeah. Suicide's a sick puppy, man.
Listen, my guy Michael K. I just got to remind you of something because I read that earlier. You said, remember 48-20 and big deal. You beat the 31st worst ranked offense. My guy, always remember you split with the Jets. Just remember that. They're not missing anybody. Aaron Rodgers, they beat you without Aaron Rodgers. So, we're hidden here, to be honest. You split with the Jets. We swept them. We took out the trash. So there's
true story.
Always remember that. You lost to the Jets. 30 to something, but you lost to them. Now, so you got to remember that.
You're right. All right, so listen, I want to hear Lucci. I want to hear your thoughts on this game and going forward, and then I want to bring our guest up.
Okay, that's the salute shot to the Dolphins.
Salute.
Man, everybody was nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't nervous, man. I know we were missing X and Holland and everybody else, but my whole thing was we're not missing anybody up front, and even though. And I think Dolphinier mentioned this earlier in the comment section, or maybe it was Raphael or one of my guys that's always here every time anyways, said he likes how Duke Riley's been playing. Duke Riley's been showing up. I've always liked Duke Riley. He's had limited opportunities, but when he does get them, he shows up and he shows out. I wasn't worried. Like, everybody's like, oh, the Jets were missing. Yo, who cares? We still have so many. And this is just an attestment to what I say about Mike McDaniel and everybody. Everybody's like, oh, you clown him. He's not that bad of a coach. That's the only reason everybody felt worried. They just don't know it because they're just not smart enough to know why you should be worried. We still got Waddle. We still got Claypool, who we haven't even seen. We got River Craycraft, Berrios. We still got Wilson. We still got Mostert, Achane. We got so many people. Smythe. We got so many still weapons on offense. Tyreek Hill don't make and all these Tua stands. We still got Tua was healthy. We still got everything that we need. Why would we be worried about the Jets?
Well, I did say, I was a little worried, but I did say to somebody, because they were already starting to make excuses preemptively, like, oh, if he doesn't do it without Tyreek, I'm like, bro, Waddle is a number 1 receiver on a lot of teams in this league, bro. So, come on, man. And he showed it. He was our number 1 receiver 2 years ago.
He already was. It's like, so for me personally, it was like, do the math. The Jets got a good defense. We got a good defense. Okay, we're missing a couple of guys in the secondary. Who the hell do the Jets have that's worrying our secondary? Who do they have that's really worrying our secondary? Nobody.
And I want you.
We're going up against a Jets team that has a Tyreek and a Waddle and all these players I just named going against our injury-riddled secondary. We got guys up front going against a lame quarterback. This guy's a lame duck, man. Whoever they put in there. Aaron Rodgers, I'm sorry. I watched the Green Bay game last year. Not impressed. He didn't.
No, me either, bro. I'm not all on that Aaron Rodgers nonsense.
Man, listen, if Aaron Rodgers was there with the Jets this past game, he doesn't have a better offense than he had in Green Bay last year. Sorry, he doesn't. And until Tua gift wrapped that game for them on Christmas, we were destroying Aaron Rodgers. He's not nothing to worry. I'm not worried about. I wish he was there. We'd have swept him anyways.
He was just on the sideline giving disappointed looks.
We just swept them anyways. We had our guys up front. Christian Wilkins, heck of a game. Siler, heck of a game. Bradley Chubb, heck of a game. That's where it counts. Everybody knows, man. In the trenches is where it counts.
True.
And us against them in the trenches, are you kidding me? I didn't know why everybody was so worried.
True.
I'm sorry. I couldn't get over that. And our offense is still high-powered without Tyreek. Notice the difference when Mike McDaniel had a week to make a plan without Tyreek being in there. That's the difference that you see. And this is why I get down on Tua. For all my guys in the comment section that get down on me, say, oh, Tua. Let me tell you something. Tua had the same weapons he had this week, last week when Tyreek was out. The way Tua played this week should have been the same way he played last week. I'm sorry. And our defense. Oh, so what are you saying? Oh, our defense has to play lights out every single time in order for him to succeed? Then you're admitting that he's not that guy. Like I've been saying, as long as everything else is cool, he's great. And look, everything else was lights out, and he was great. And that's what it takes. And we could get it done with him in that scenario. Last week should have been the same situation. Mike McDaniel, who's supposed to be McGenius, should have already had a contingency plan for if Tyreek goes down, this is what we're going to do. I mean, it's not like it's that much more planning. I don't understand it.
Well, I hope that this is a wake-up call because they obviously can do it. They got to expect it next time.
We have so many other guys. I'm sorry, man. I don't understand. Nobody can convince me how you can't have that much time. I mean, you're a head coach. You're making millions of dollars. And if you really want to win, you're going to put in the extra work. There should always be a contingency plan for if our top guys go down, this is what we go to. And we didn't have that against the Tennessee Titans. Our defense did enough where we should have been able to sustain a game-winning drive. We didn't. I mean, that's over in the past. However, everybody should feel better knowing, because I do, when we had a week to plan, Mike McDaniel had a game plan. And I'm going to close with this. Screw the Jets. All their players last year when they beat us, they embarrassed us. That one time Skylar Thompson took his first snap in the NFL as an NFL starter, his first game ever. And they were beating us bad. And they were doing the Waddle dance. They were celebrating. They were clowning. And I don't know what the hate is on Jalen Waddle. Like, it's crazy that they do that, man. But they were doing that last year when they embarrassed us. And they were doing it. And I'm glad you brought that up, Larry. They did it this time. Yeah, the guys dropped 147 on you, bozos. And you're out there thinking you're making fun of somebody. You're a bunch of losers that are going home for Christmas. Your whole future's in question. You're going to end up like a Jason Taylor if you are good on that defense, where you might be good and you will never win nothing. The Jets aren't going to win nothing. The Bills will always beat you. The Dolphins will always beat you. You guys are battling the Patriots for the basement for the rest of your natural-born lives. Aaron Rodgers is not your savior. When he comes back, we're going to eat him for breakfast. So will the Bills. You guys are bottom feeders, and you always will be. And I'm glad there's none in this comment section because I can't stand – he's like Xerxes off of 300. That's who the guy looks like. He's a weirdo. I can't stand their head coach. I can't stand none of their players. It's a classless organization. Always has been, always will be. And their media is just a bunch of tyrants, and it's trashy.
I agree.
It's my most hated team in the division.
No,
I don't care the Patriots. The Jets has always been my most hated division rival. And they're trash. And I'm glad that we ended their season.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Can't argue with that at all.
Yeah.
Hooked Up Joe makes a point that, Hill has the most yards, but Tua's stats with Hill off the field, aside from that game, are actually pretty good, which shows that they shouldn't be forcing it to Hill, man.
I need to see more Claypool. If Tyreek ain't in there, why ain't Claypool?
I like that he went in and got a couple catches, but he should get even more involved.
My thing is, he's a proven this guy was putting up huge numbers in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. I witnessed him for a couple of years. The guy was a big-time playmaker. So I don't believe he just dropped off the ledge. I don't understand why I don't know if he just doesn't fit McDaniel's scheme, but
I think he's also a better blocker than Robbie Chosen. So
he's a lot.
I'd like to see him out there.
Better at a lot of things than a lot of guys on our team.
Yeah, bro. I agree.
In that position.
Yeah.
But who knows?
No, I agree.
We did great, though. I'm happy we won. On to Dallas. Josh Allen threw 7 passes. He completed 7 passes, and they beat him like that. Their running game ain't like ours. Sorry. Dalvin Cook's good. He is good. Or not Dalvin, James Cook. He's good. But we got 2-3 guys that are really good running the ball. So let's just follow that game plan. And if they pull up, then we burn them deep.
Yeah, I mean, bro, we got to follow. That's got to be the game plan. Yeah. You got to run the ball until they come up, and then you got to burn them deep. We have an offense that's that good. We can do that. Do it.
Yeah, and we beat anybody. I don't care who's good against the run. We get the ball. We get the ball moving.
Yeah, drop that umbrella coverage. Try to confuse 2 in the middle of the field. Good. We're just going to hand it off now. We're just going to hand it off every time now. Good.
Yeah.
Don't care. 5 yards a pop, bro. All the way down the field. Old school. 1985. I don't care. 1974. Let's go.
That's it.
I
Richard
love
Sherman puts a hat on in his podcast that says "Run the ball."
Yeah, I love it.
Really, if you got a good defense and a good run game, you could win against anybody.
Yes. Bro, the best thing is when you're on offense running for 5 yards a clip, it feels great. And when you're on defense and they're running on you 5 yards a clip, it feels terrible. It's the worst. It's worse than getting burned deep. Is when you're sitting there and they run for 5 yards a carry and you watch it go. That's the worst. On the clock. Yeah, and we could do that, so we need to. I agree, bro.
And we got Tyreek who could throw the ball right on time. That pass to Waddle, now that's a dime.
Dime.
That's a dime. No breaking stride, right on the money. This guy falls down like a real jamook. That was a dime. And Tua has shown that he could throw those dimes. That's how you get them biting on defense on the run. I don't see a lot of play actions, to be honest.
I'll say what I liked about what I really liked about
how good our run game is.
The game plan was guys were saying early in the game, like, oh, we're throwing too many short passes. I said, bro, I love this. You got a limited line. You got to get the ball out quick. And it worked perfectly because once they started biting on those inside short routes and those screen short routes is when he ran the inside out long route and they weren't ready for it. They had no help and the guy fell flat on his face and it was a touchdown. That's the stuff that McDaniel needs. He can do it. He has to do it more. And I also love, Lucci, to your point, which is this, you've been crying for this all season. The first drive we get down that when we recover the fumble, he runs 2 times with Mostert. I'm like, oh, please don't drop back on 3rd down because you're not getting it. He finally ran it again. And what happened? We converted. Yeah,
that's
man.
It.
He had to. You have to do that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's so simple. And this is against a Jets defense that is stout.
Yes.
So what the hell are you?
No, I'm glad he did it. I'm glad he did it. But I'm hoping that he learned because this is the second game now where he's like, you know what? I'm just going to run it. So I'm hoping he learned.
In the second game because last game he didn't until the end of the game.
Until the end, yes.
And he blew 2 opportunities that I think guarantee you in that red zone. If we did what we did against the Jets, we would have scored. We would have lost.
I agree with you.
At the end of that game, he caught on, and maybe he carried that into this week.
I think he did, and I'm hoping he did. By the way, this line with these backups, their strong suit is run blocking.
Yeah, that's
even like Eichenberg, like these guys, like Jones, these guys are run blockers. They're maulers in the run game. They're not the best pass protection, but they can maul you. So you better use their strengths. This isn't Win, this isn't Hunt. Maul them. I mean, that's what you're good at. So I like to see it.
Hooked Up Joe, I hope that that's true. That would really make my heart warm if we only threw that bomb because the Jets did the Waddle. That would make me – that's the type of stuff that I want from the team. Like, oh, word, that's what we're doing? Okay, let's, talk, get hit.
Talk to me. I like that too. I like that. But I get it's inside thing. I like it.
Okay,
talk to me.
That's what I want is that kind of fight.
Yeah.
Like, man, look, these guys are That's what we need to see.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I don't want to see like Tua coming into the Tennessee game. I don't know if anybody else caught this. Larry's mentioned this a few times, just the lightheartedness of the team when there's mistakes or certain things.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something that pissed me off last week watching that Tennessee game. Tua came into the game. My guy had on a Hawaiian button-up shirt, one of the flower, and no disrespect to that because I think that has something to do with that culture, but one of the flower things around his neck, some shorts and some slides. He had some sandals on coming into the stadium for the game. He looked mad relaxed. Like, I mean, I don't expect him to show up in fatigues, but nah, we ain't doing that, man. Like, you're coming in like this is so nonchalant, and then you come in and you're playing like you were dressed coming into the game, my guy. Like, you know, I would like to see guys a little more, like you're saying, hooked up, Joe. Man, this is what's happening, and we need to hit these people in the mouth. You know, fight.
I agree with
you.
you.
Up like you're on
Flag and
vacation.
fight.
What are you doing, my guy?
Salty
Show
2 is
up
the
like
best.
You're coming to handle business. You know,
No, I agree. And guys,
who's that mayor that dresses in sweatshirts, Larry? Who's that bozo?
Oh, the guy in Pennsylvania, Fetterman, he's senator.
This guy.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to get political, but it's like,
no,
bro,
I can't stand
you got
that.
a real serious situation for your job, and you show up dressed like me.
I hate it.
I'm wearing a Harvard sweatshirt.
Yeah.
This guy he's dressed like Larry's been dressed the past week since we lost to Tennessee.
No, I hate it.
It might not be in this nice Cadillac like Larry, but he's dressed like that. Show up to handle business.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine if you go to your job, especially Larry, dressed in hoodie, you'd be thrown out.
Throw me out. And by the way, I take myself more seriously, and I'm not going to do that. So I agree with that. I don't even like when coaches dress like bums. I don't like it. I mean, look the part, bro. Look the part.
Show a little class.
It's like I'm also not going to show up to a suit if I'm helping my buddies like do some friggin' work in the kitchen or whatever. So like you dress appropriately. You know, like
hey,
it's not that hard.
Raphael says I wanted Tua to show up like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, with the 2x4. Not like that necessarily, but I wouldn't have been upset about it. You know what I mean?
So listen, guys, if you're in here, click subscribe. Join Fury Fam. There's 30 you're in here right now. Click subscribe. It's right here. Join the family. Click like. Click subscribe. We're gonna bring our special guest. I'm gonna step away for 1 second, Jake. Bring her up. Introduce her. I'm gonna be right back to talk to her.
All right.
And hit subscribe, guys.
So anyway, let me give you let's bring my special guest. My special guest, she's new to the YouTube community, but I love the passion she brings, and she's also an up and coming law student, doing really great, I may add. Great GPA. She takes her studies serious. I think our future is in, we're in bright hands. Like I said, she's an up and coming law student. So that's one of the reasons I figured why not bring her up here.
Cool.
I'm going to introduce the one, the only, Nene. What's going on, Nene?
Hey, guys. I'm a little under the weather. It's good to see Greg. I did not peg you for how you sound. I'm a little under the weather, so please be patient with me. And Larry K., you're in my area. I was in Essex County for 4 years when I was a recruiter for the Army.
Oh,
I lived in Irvington. I lived right next to the ShopRite on Springfield Ave.
I know it well. Yeah, I go to that ShopRite all the time. I live around the corner because I live on Hill Street in downtown Newark, right by City Hall.
Yeah, and I'm very familiar with that area because I had to go to City Hall a lot to get people to put them in the Army for different things. So the reason why he brought me up here is it's a very unique situation, and I'm sure not all in the comments because everybody's coming from different places. But I have a group of friends that have a company called Section 104.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is the high school football streaming, especially for those who are out of town like myself that still want to watch the Friday night games. They've been doing this approximately maybe 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier this year, they ran into a situation where they were physically removed from the game by the police.
The streamers?
Yes.
Okay.
There was a gentleman that had a documentation that he refused to show with the police saying that they could not stream the football game. So I did a little digging on it. And what I found is that they didn't really have any legal ramifications to remove them. They purchased their ticket, so even if they couldn't stream, they still should have been allowed to watch the games.
Right.
Me myself, I wrote the Dade County Public Schools Board, and attached some of the video, which is disturbing. Shake saw it. This one particular gentleman was being physical. He's not a police officer at all, with these gentlemen and removing them out of football games. So now that the season is over, Miami-Dade Public School actually has a documentation, and I'll send it to you, Larry, if you want to review it. But it seems very contradictory. It's basically saying that they will be banned from the football games if they attempt to stream ever again.
Wow.
Yeah, and but the second part of it is contradictory because it says that anything that was written in the first part of the letter is not all of the facts, and they're aware that they don't have all of the facts of the situation. So I was like, this seems a little
very odd. I wonder if there's some kind of like issue with some kind of exclusive rights at the local TV stations or something else.
No.
Like, no.
So when I sent my letter, what my recommendation was, do you have a streaming service to replace them? If you're going to remove them from their production, is there something like, because I know like when I was in Essex County, some schools like Livingston or Columbia, they had a production like a high school TV network.
Yeah,
right?
they do. Yep.
And you're able to stream through them. And
right.
when I sent off this letter, they said they don't have anything in place.
Wow,
So,
that's I don't know what their problem was in the first place with the stream anyway. I don't even know why they cared.
Well, if I give you an assumption as to why, Miami Central High School in one poll nationally was the national champion last year.
Okay.
And that created a lot of media, ESPN, so on and so forth, coming to the area to want to get film of these guys.
Yes.
So what I wanted to get the voice out there, because I'm no longer in Miami-Dade County, but I pay my alumni dues. I would love to see my football team on Friday nights. These gentlemen, and like I told, the school board when I spoke to them about it, why don't you guys bring them into what you're doing, right? Since they created something that didn't exist, why just cut them out completely? You can merge it together. And they actually have documentation that there was some type of merger that was supposed to happen. And now they got this cease and desist letter that if they film again, they will be banned forever from all sporting events in Miami-Dade County. And I just think that's wrong.
That is terrible. Too many people in this society are always just looking at what you can't do, what you can't do, what you can't do, instead of trying to collaborate with people who have good ideas and are pushing the envelope. And it's sad. I know Miami-Dade football, especially high school football, has had some issues too with South Florida. Some of the youth sports in South Florida, man, like I think there was a scandal. People were betting on like kids games and stuff, and things get crazy. They get crazy in Essex County too. So I get it. I hear you. We'll definitely put the word out. I thank you for putting the word out here. You could contact me off of here. We could talk about it more too.
Yeah, because I have the documentation, and like I said, when I sent it just as an alumnus of Miami Central Senior High School, of clarification why these people are they're being humiliated. They're being grabbed by the cops, yelled at, and threatened out of the stadium. And I'm just like, all over a football game, because to me, if that's the president's, anybody that pulls out their phone to stream their kid, then you have to do the same thing to them if that's the standard.
Right. No, I get it. We'll talk about it too, just to BS about it and see, what we can find and whatnot.
And by the way, Nene too, he's on the Dolphins Den chat as well. He's also
I'm on the Dolphins Den chat. I didn't know you were on there, Nene. I'm vocal on there.
I need to be on there, I guess. I'm not on it. I'm on another chat.
We're on the
Dolphins Den.
I'm on the Dolphins Den admin chat. You're in school now, law school now, or you're going to law school?
So I'm a dual degree. I'm in divinity school and doing my Juris Doctorate at the same time. So
that's
break. I'm on break right now, thank God. My brain is about to explode.
Of course.
3.5 GPA, and I aced all my finals. So
nice.
Maybe that's why I'm sick, because I
Yeah.
worked so hard to get
There's
it done.
stuff going around too. Everybody's tired, and there's something going around. Everybody's sick. Where are you now? You're not in Florida. You're not in Jersey. Where are you?
I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina, formerly known as Fort Bragg,
I know
North
the area.
Carolina.
Yeah. Nice.
I was in the military for 21 years. I decided to retire here because of the stuff with the veterans. It'll be more efficient for me to be here.
Makes
And then
sense.
I had a job with the special forces when I first got retired, but I went ahead and said, you know what, you really need to retire. There's a reason why you retired. Retire.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to your point about the Miami Dolphins, I don't want to just be legal eagle talk here.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
real
think
quick, here's another accomplishment. She used to be a chef for the White House, but like Crypto says, if you would have put a little apple cider vinegar in the collard greens,
That's dope because I love DC too, man. We've had some similar travels. So DC's I go once a year at least, maybe twice a year. I love going down to DC and kicking it.
Well, I hated DC, but I did put in a culinary program joint with the U.S. Army.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of the school. Can't think of it right now, but I did a lot of good things in that arena. I actually put a couple of kids in the culinary program, and they're working their way. So, for my stint in DC, it was a pilot program. Usually, the cooks are not from the Army; they're from the Navy. That's just a fun fact for anybody.
Right.
Usually,
Right.
the sheriffs of the president are from the Navy, not from the Army. But they did a pilot program where they opened it up for all of the branches, and I was one of the ones that was selected. So
we have to talk offline. You might have to come to my other podcast, my Logic and Larry podcast, where I interview people about interesting experiences they've had and whatnot. It would be nothing to do with football, but seems like you've had some interesting things going on, and obviously I'm always down with trying to. If you're working with vets and you're working with people and you're working with helping kids get into programs, that's stuff I'm just interested in general, even outside of this. So our Fins allegiance will bond us, but I'm down to further discuss that stuff too. So that's cool.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
went to the Miami Dolphins. I will get this tidbit because I was listening to Anthony Cook. I just think with the Miami Dolphins, it's not who's on the schedule, it's what mindset they come in to play those football games. We've seen it a couple of times when they go in there mentally tough. It doesn't matter if the O-line is down or this person is down. They can win football games. It's all about mental toughness and knowing you have a job to do. You can't just take certain teams for granted.
That's right.
Or get too high horse like after the Denver game. I felt like we was too a little arrogant, and we had to get humble a little bit. And I think I'm called the Tua hater by some, not all, and definitely agree a hater by all. But I just think all of them are growing together, right? And Larry, I seen that you probably understand where I'm going with this. Whenever you have an organization, right? Sometimes it takes a little time to organize.
Yes.
So there's steps to success, if that makes sense. It's just not, it's unnatural for something to just go from start to elite. I mean, for me as a fan for 40 years, that's what I would want. But as somebody that's been involved in team activities, sometimes you have to have growing pains and different things. It's not that I'm not giving them accountability, but I think for some of us that are in the older side of Dolphin fans, we've heard this story before. We saw 13 wins. We saw losing to Buffalo and before getting to the Super Bowl and watching them go 4 years. But I think at some point, just like with anything, if you're going to be a fan, be a fan. Be objective. If we win, stay around. If we lose, stay around. Hold people with the same standards you will hold yourself. And
I
land my plane there.
I like that. And you know what I'll say? That one thing I like that Tua actually said subsequent to the Jets win was he said, they asked about, how did the Tennessee game affect you, going into this game? Did it show you anything? Was it something you needed? He said, and I've noticed that I know it's general football jargon, but I don't think it's tossed around every locker room the same way, because every locker room, even though it's similar, they have different sayings and different buzzwords. And I've noticed watching Hard Knocks and following the Dolphins, a word they use is a rep. Everything's a rep to them, which could be a practice rep, which is what you usually refer to it as. But what he said was, and he was dead serious, you could tell, he said, believe it or not, that Titans game with all the adversity, the linemen going down, Tyreek going down, he said that was a good rep for me. He said that was a good rep to see everything fall around me and to see that happen and to feel that happen and to get through that. And I truly do believe that rep It's just like a practice rep where you throw a pick because you read it wrong and now you're not going to do it next time. And we've all had reps in life, as simple as stepping in a puddle or crossing somebody that you trusted that you shouldn't trust later, or a job rep at trial or whatever else. We've all had reps. So to your point about growing and growing pains, I'm hoping, because we've all seen this before, like you said, I'm hoping that was a good rep, so to speak, with the Titans, and that it humbled them enough and taught them enough that they could come out against the Jets the way they did to give them enough fortitude to succeed down the stretch, not only this year, but going forward, because they're still a young team and a young coaching staff. And that is the truth. That's the objective truth. When I'm not in my emo phase, I'm not upset. That's actually the truth, right? This team is growing, and that is probably a good rep this season. That's one of the reasons I want them to go to the playoffs. Win or lose down the stretch, I need him to go on a playoff run to get those reps, those playoff reps, and it's important. So I hear you.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think even when we lose, we all get angry, right? We give us that 24 hours where we're upset, and then the logical thinking of the brain of what actually did happen here.
Mm-hmm.
Was it self-inflicted, right? And from what I saw, the majority of the losses, they were self-inflicted wounds. But here's the thing. Like I used to tell my soldiers, you can tell me every day, hey, sorry, my bad. I messed up. I didn't wake up on time. Well, at some point,
right,
I got to hold you accountable for not being on time. I
Right.
can't just keep telling, oh, that's a self-inflicted wound, self-inflicted wound. At some point, there has to be an accountability, and that's what I'm trying to see with McDaniel, right? But I think a lot of it is going to have to come within. Like, I like the players-only meeting. Looks like Chubb
Yeah.
kind of got himself together for a stupid, play. He had one of the best games I've seen him personally
Oh, yeah.
as a Miami Dolphin. But now here's the test. Consistency, right? You shown us you could do it one time. Continue on. It's just like when I was food service. We could have a good soul food meal, the ribs, chicken, everybody love it. But if we open up late for breakfast, nobody cared about that meal, right?
True.
So it's the same concept. You're as good as your last game as your last meal. But I do appreciate that this is a 10-win season. Tua is healthy, right? And I just think we're in a good position with this these next couple of games at home. And fins up. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, thanks, Nene, for joining us. Make sure you join us again soon. And like I said, talk to Shake, get in contact with me off the air. We'll talk about some of this other stuff. It was awesome to have you on. And
So-
you could drop the link, Shake, by the way. You can get some callers in.
Hey, can I do one thing real quick?
Yeah, bro.
I got to do this to defend my Italian people, man, because this ain't Italian right here. And I sent this to you. I don't know if Larry, I sent this to you. I don't know if you know. So we've been seeing this whole thing with Tommy Cutlets. This is off subject. As you see my guy Greg up there with that. Listen. And I already knew his agent was a scumbag. I don't like how he's playing up the pinstripe.
Nah, me either. I'm not a big fan either of that.
I'm gonna tell you something. That, and for any of my brothers that's in the comment section, that's like putting on blackface. The way he dresses and the way that's like a to me personally, it's an insult to Italians. Like, that's mad stereotypical and it's corny. Like, nobody's been dressing in pinstripe suits since the 1920s, for
True.
one thing.
I thought that was weak. Yeah.
They're exaggerating our stuff. I don't like how they're doing that it's just corny to me. And I never liked that. I didn't like any of that Tommy Cutlets. And like Larry said, we've had Marino, we've had so many great Italian people in the league prior to this.
Did I say that to you? Did I post that? Because Montana Marino were Italian. I'm not knocking this kid, but like, it's not like he's the first Italian ever. So it's a little
but the way that
overboard.
they're big up in it, and that's just where the league is moving. And like I said before, you did that, Larry. Like I said, this is like the new Taylor Swift thing. Since the Chiefs aren't balling out, the Taylor Swift kind of died out, and this is like their new Hollywood strike on the. But let me tell you something. This is what this guy did, man. And I don't know if it's true, but this isn't like the
pizzeria thing. The
pizzeria thing.
I don't know. I don't think that was Tommy. I think it was the agent.
The agent.
Yeah, I believe it. But I don't know if it happened, but I believe it.
God bless you. I'm going to tell you this. I don't care if it's his agent. I'm going to tell you something. if I have you representing me and you do something like that, you're a dub. That's it. We're not doing that. And I hear about it. We're not doing that. And I just mentioned this about Tyreek earlier.
Yo, tell him the story, Lucci, because I don't think everybody knows what happened.
This is the story. So everybody knows Tommy Cutlets for the Giants and his cornball agent. Let me take it light on the kid, kind of. But, so the New York Giants quarterback, Tommy DeVito, will not be appearing at Caniglio's Pizzeria Bakery due to raising his fee from $10,000 to $20,000, right? So this guy wanted $10,000 to show up at this pizzeria. Now, whether it be the agent or whether it be, but he's got to discuss this with Tommy Cutlets. They wanted $10,000 to do an appearance at this pizzeria. They raised it to $20,000 because of how all the media, again, just playing off, really because they know this kid is trash. Let's get this money while we can, while the hype is, because you really just hype. You really ain't that guy, my guy. So they're just trying to do a money grab. My personal opinion, whatever. DeVito's agent, Sean Stadler, said they agreed or signed a contract while the local family business says they can't afford to pay that. So they never agreed to the $10,000. However, evidently there was some type of verbal agreement where they agreed, you give us $10,000, we'll show up to your pizzeria, bada bing, bada boom. Now, since there's been a spike in interest in Tommy Cutlets when he had his win against whoever it was last week, I can't even remember.
Packers.
The Packers.
Yeah.
There you go. Who really ain't that great of a team. Let's be honest. They went in there and they beat Detroit on Thanksgiving, so they got some hype. They're really not that great. Now, they get one win and they get grand, like a baser that hit a scratch off, and now they want $20,000. So they're not going to show up. The guy says it's a family-owned pizzeria. We can't afford to pay $20,000. They were going to pay the $10,000, evidently, because he said once they raised it to $20,000, that's when the guy said we can't afford to pay it, and they informed them, well, we're not showing up if you can't pay it. Let me tell you something,
That's messed up. And first of all, I just want to interject and say that I'm sure there are like a lot of people that have no clue about that reference, but I loved it. Like a baser that just want to scratch off.
Yeah,
cats that don't live in urban America don't know that. But I loved it. I'm just saying. But keep going,
you, Larry.
Yeah.
That's how I spent my first part of my adult life, was in that life. Mm-hmm. A baser that hits a scratch off, they just get grand. You can't, normally they're asking you for some, let me get a. Anyway, I won't get into that.
Yeah, I don't get okay.
But what I'm saying is,
yes,
it's crazy. To me, and I'm just giving a life lesson here. I know this is a way off subject. That's scumbag, man. And it's just, man, it's terrible. And if you act like that in life, you'll never win in life. Just like them guys that want to do the Waddle celebration. Look what happened to them. That's basically, in a metaphor, you asking for $20,000 and the guy uppercut him and he fell down. You're not. That's it. Watch this guy's career plummet.
No, I agree with you.
That's right here. You ain't winning in life like that. That's terrible. True. And this guy, who do you really think he let that Mo Green? What came to my mind, Larry, when he did that? When you put that,
that was great.
You know who I am? I'm Mo Green. He has that. He really has that kind of mentality.
Yes.
Like, yo, you won one game. You went over there and beat Green Bay, and you jacked the price up. Yo, this kid lives at home with his parents. They've been blasting all over the news. Like, come on, man. You're supposed to be from humble. They make him out to be this come from humble beginnings. The guy's a fraud. I don't like the New York Giants, just like I don't like the New York Jets after that. That's until they get rid of Tommy DeVito and his bozo agent.
By the way,
I mess with the Giants.
That's been bothering me. That's not, that's.
And by the way, P. Lucci,
he really
I love pinstripes.
Put a VIG on the family pizzeria joint.
You know what I mean?
Appearance.
And that's messed up just because $10,000 is enough from a family pizzeria in Morristown. You either do it or you don't do it. Like,
come on,
$10,000? Yeah, it's already a lot, bro. It's already a lot. It's already a lot. And I see Joseph over here making fun of Belmars and DJ making fun of Jersey. Like, don't make fun of all, Jersey Italians here, Joe. I mean, I know, I mean, come on. But yeah, I agree with you on the substance of what you said,
crazy.
and I
know
do
that's
think it's
way
the
off
agent
subject,
because
but-
that's why I was making fun. That's why we were making fun of the Mo Green.
Frowning him.
Yeah, everybody who was posting the Mo Green was Italian from New York, New Jersey, though, because we all knew that suit was ridiculous. Now I wear suits all the time, bro, but I wear suits that look good.
You look classy.
Yeah, that look good, bro.
You always dress to the T. That's
like
class.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah.
Black shirt, black tie, hat, bro. What was he doing? What is he? What is he? Lucky Lucci? Lucky Lucci don't even dress like that. What is he doing?
Even like that. That's crazy.
He dressed like James Cagney playing a mobster in 19.
Yes.
Like, come on, bro.
You know, but Larry, I brought it up because last week we were talking about true Italians. Like it's really kind of comical what they're doing. But man, that's over the edge. And I had to clear. I feel like I got to stand up for my people in that. Like that's not what it's about, man.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, Dolphinaire, thank you.
Hey, but like I said,
and Joe, I know you're
man,
I'm just playing.
There's nothing wrong with a nice pinstripe. I love pinstripes.
I have a good suit, but I wear it with a white shirt and a red tie, like to court. It doesn't look like that. I don't wear the hat. Like
it's not.
You know. Yeah, you guys know. You know.
When I have pinstripes, when I wear pinstripes, I make sure the stripes is the same color as my shirt.
Yeah, bro.
Okay,
you know.
Okay.
Or you do like Mentos freshness, where you roll around the bench. You know, and then bro, you saw that? Remember that?
But anyway, listen,
this goes better, and he like,
yeah.
This Tommy DeVito.
That's how he is, that dude. He's like,
that really is. He's a mental commercial guy.
But this Tommy DeVito, I tell you what, this Tommy DeVito, he is like, it kind of reminds me of Minshew Mania when Minshew Mania first.
I remember that. Minshew, I respect Minshew though, because he's like that Bayou type cat who just slaying. Like I rock with him. I don't even mad at DeVito for the Mania, but I'm mad at that. Doubling a price on a local pizzeria is not nice.
That's crazy.
It's BS.
Minshew had Uncle Rico. Minshew was doing the Uncle Rico thing. This is a fictitious character. He was having fun with it. Minshew had good taste, at least. I'll give him that.
Right.
No, this I feel like is a direct assault on my ancestors. The way that they're portraying this whole thing, it's not even a good Hollywood. I feel like it's no. I don't know. I took.
But when I said Minshew Mania is, I'm talking about a backup quarterback. A backup quarterback that just had 5 minutes of fame, and that's what he's doing. He's getting 5 minutes of fame. Yeah. He's doing it the bad way, but like you said, look, he's not gonna be a professional quarterback in this league.
No, I get it. Hold on, we got a caller, so let's get these callers on. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on? You know, you would think he'd be happy people even want to see him living at his mom's house as it is.
Right?
I mean, but listen, and I'll say this for my Italian or for my Latino people that's in there, you know,
I'm Italian.
Okay, so you know, we really are. We will live with our people for a long time, and when our parents get sick, we take them, and it's really not. It's a very close knit. So I never knocked them for that. You know, because that's how we rock.
But the way he's acting,
is a little up. Living with
getting a little big headed.
That's crazy.
Getting a little big headed.
Yeah.
Give you an example. My dad's wife owns a jewelry store down in South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Van Noy came in the other day. I think I sent a picture to Shake.
Nice.
And all of a sudden, all the fans started coming up. He started taking pictures right outside the jewelry store with all the fans. No big deal.
Yeah, that's cool. That's how it should be, bro. Like, not all the time if it gets like taxing, but be humble. You know, be humble.
Right.
By the way, you mean Van Ginkel, not Van Noy.
Oh yeah, Van Ginkel.
I was gonna say, I was like, what's Van Noy doing back then?
Van Ginkel.
Van Ginkel's awesome.
And it was after the game where he scored and everything. It was the same week.
That's awesome.
And he's outside just getting pictures with everybody.
But that's awesome. My guy just broke his nose in the beginning of this game and finished the entire game. It just speaks to his character, to certain things. So
Van Ginkel's that dude, man. I love
Van Ginkel.
Cool story,
man. Cool story. Yeah.
I love
that. And you know, I tell you what, coming up this week, I want to run the ball though.
Yes, we need to run the ball. That's set the tone running the ball against Dallas. You got to set the tone.
They let Cook look like an all-pro. What are they going to do when A-Chain gets around the outside?
Agreed, bro. Agreed. That's got to be the recipe from here on out, especially with this line, bro. We got to run the ball, period. Dallas, let's run the ball on them. Until they show us they could stop us, let's run the ball, just like the Bills did. Until they could show they could stop it, do it.
This is going to be one of those games where Tua has a chip on his shoulder, too.
I hope so. I mean, he had one against the Jets.
You know what? You heard what the linebacker said.
No, what?
Parsons.
No, what did he say?
Any quarterback can go. He goes, I can go in and play quarterback in that system with Tyreek.
Oh man, Parsons about to get some act right, man.
He did that on his podcast. He said I could play quarterback.
Yeah.
Wow,
Just sounds good.
I like Salty Tua. I like Salty Tua, and maybe that'll get
Salty.
Salty
Go
Tua.
in there, and that's what it is. Go in there and
talk to me. Let's go.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Talk to me, man. That's all.
And by the way, like I said, once we get our first playoff win, I'm inventing a new version of the Salty Tua, so it's coming soon.
Oh, I like it.
And this is a guy. What is he? Middle linebacker, Micah Parsons.
Outside linebacker, more of an edge.
He's trying to rush him. He's trying to get him.
So he can't. Yeah, but he can't stop the run. One trick pony, evidently. You know.
Back. Watch when Achan jukes him out and see what happens.
He caught. It basically went viral. Everybody was talking about it. What was it? 2 weeks ago. Yeah, anybody can play his position there, and I could go a quarterback with Tyreek as my receiver.
Mm-hmm. He's crazy. He's crazy, man. That's some nonsense. No one's trying to hear that.
But you know what I find funny? You don't hear anybody saying that about Burrow when you have a 6th-round draft choice right now playing better than he did when he played.
That's just what they do. They talk about Tua because right now, until Tua beats them, they're going to talk. That's why he got to go out there and beat them, man. The Salty Tua needs to come out with chip on his
but I'm just saying, overall in the league, you don't hear anybody talking about it. You know, Burrow, his backup is playing better than he was this year.
No, I get it. That's because he's been to the big dance. He's been to the big dance, so they're not going to say it. Tua's got to get there.
And then you see, I don't know how Parsons could even say that because you look at what happened last year in Tua's missed starts. We couldn't win. Tyreek couldn't score, and those were with.
Well, the thing about actually the better talking point, because I like Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. But here's the better talking point. The better talking point is last year when we had backup quarterbacks come in our offense, they didn't do shit. Now he has a backup quarterback. Their backup quarterback came into to the situation, and they're playing a good game. So that tells you right there that just because you play with a good offense doesn't mean you're guaranteed for success. Skylar Thompson, Teddy Bridgewater, none of them did what Tua did last year when they went into the game.
But that's what I'm saying. How could Parsons even want that to come out of his mouth when he sees what they were without Tua compared to what they are with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go, Harris. That's a great point.
True, they were too.
They had the Red Rider. What was that guy? Was that him or
the Red Rocket? Andy Dalton. Didn't they have that other guy?
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. Yeah, see, Greg knows, man. Greg knows. Greg is like an almanac of sports.
Who is it, Greg?
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
But didn't he have red hair? Did he have red hair?
Quarterback.
Cooper?
Probably did.
Maybe I'm thinking of Garrett. I thought they had
a lot of redheads.
Hey, but if you look at Dallas this year, look at their road record. They get clobbered on the road.
Yep.
Trash. We'll see.
We'll see.
They're another team. I mean, listen, if we want to be honest, Dallas is a lot like the Miami Dolphins as far as records are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas plays a good team. Dallas folds. They played not so well. Actually, the difference is they played Arizona with Josh Dobbs at the helm and got smoked. But we just lost it. We didn't get smoked by Tennessee, but we lost to Tennessee.
Right.
And really, we're kind of the same team, and just calling it what it is to this point. I mean, Dallas has
here's the thing. Tua's proven me wrong on a lot of things, but now I just want him to go ahead and show me what he can do down the stretch. Because we haven't had that.
That's where we're all at.
We haven't had that from him.
I agree with you. That's where we all are right now, I think, with the show me. We want Tua to show us that. He's proven me wrong on a lot of stuff, but I want to see that. I want to see it.
But we had last year he was out with the concussion, so we didn't have him down the stretch or in the playoff game. I want to see what he does when the pressure's on now. Let's see it.
Agreed.
I want to see what happens when our defense can't pitch a complete shutout.
I don't know. You might have.
And it's a back and forth. This Jets game, that looked great, and I've said, the guy, as long as everything else is okay, it's okay. I want to see what happens is when we need Tua to show up, we need you to win this game. We need you, man. And we need you to get us through this game.
Now
I
he is
want to see
showing
what he does in that against a team like Dallas. Let's give it
he
down.
he has shown me in the past, with Baltimore last year.
That was when there was no pressure. There was no pressure.
No pressure.
No
Agreed.
pressure. It ain't December.
But now I tell you what, you might have a problem with that because I don't see our defense giving up much the rest of the way. Because what is the one thing that kills us? The tight ends, right?
Yeah.
That's the one thing. So now we're going to be going up against Baltimore without a tight end. Our two corners will be able to lock down their receivers. Odell's not what he used to be.
No,
Flowers. The one you got to watch out for in Baltimore is Flowers. That kid Zay Flowers, who played for BC, and my boy who coached him at BC. He's a good player. He's the reason they're able to open it up even at all, because Lamar ain't that much of a thrower, but that kid has been going off.
Nick Needham.
It's not even Nick Needham. We still have
Kohu.
Kohu, yeah.
Kohu. You'll have Kohu. You also, our whole secondary is going to be back by the Baltimore game, I think.
Yeah, hopefully no one else gets hurt, and we'll be.
I need Javon Holland back. Everybody to my ex and this and that. I need Holland? What the?
I know. I need Holland too. So he sprained.
Hey, can somebody tell me what play did he get hurt on? Because
it was in the Jets.
That's what I'm saying.
No. Listen, it was the end of the Jets game. You saw it. I was there. Somebody landed on both his knees awkwardly. He limped off. He didn't return. And then later on, I don't think he returned, or he went back in and toughed it out. But I don't think he returned. It was late in that game after he returned the pick six. And then it came out later that he's dealing with 2 sprained MCLs. And they're saying that it was week to week, but it's kind of more like 4 weeks, which would be the Dallas game.
Today they said it was going to be 4 weeks, which will make this week the 4th week.
Yes. So he'll probably be back for Baltimore.
He'll probably be back for the Baltimore game.
Yeah.
I need him back. I
will tell you what, I was impressed with our backups.
No, I was too. And Campbell kind of balled out, but I still want Howland back. See, I like getting these backups reps when we're still winning, but I want the starters to come back for these big games in case they get dinged up again. Now these guys have valuable experience, because now if these guys go down, we don't have anybody behind them. So
let me just real quick. I'll just save that for Thursday. I'll save that thought for Thursday.
Got you. Anybody else calling in? I put the link up. If not, we're gonna wrap up because we got hard coming.
It's my brother.
We had we had a Mountie, but I guess he
gotta go.
I guess he
so
bounced.
Peace to everybody in the chat. Shake, Greg.
Hey, it's always a pleasure.
I'll see you Thursday, Lucci.
Pleasure to meet you, Larry.
Anthony, it's always a pleasure listening to you up here.
I gotta go. It's my brother's son's birthday, and he's on the phone, FaceTime.
All good, bro.
Do that. And I'm still
hey, so hey, we on for Thursday?
See you later, brother.
Absolutely. Yeah,
all right, brother. Be safe.
Okay, Thursday. Okay, gentlemen. Peace to everybody in the chat.
Later, bro.
Okay, Larry.
No, honestly, this week we got to run the ball 40 times. We have to just run it, because they're missing their nose tackle. They got a rookie who can't play nose tackle playing.
Yes.
Who's too small.
But by the way, we got a caller right now. So
all right, so bring up crypto.
Yeah, the other half of the currency connection. This is the other half of the currency connection. My man crypto. Hey, by the way, Larry K, if you have insomnia, Christmas Eve, Saturday, we're gonna be doing a live episode of Insomnia at 3:00 in the morning, Saturday night, 3:00. So.
Cool.
And by the way, Ryan, give us a few minutes.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Larry? Hey, what's up, Greg? I was just like, what you call it?
Yeah, what up? Yeah, Ryan.
I know.
We'll get you up too. Crypto, what's up?
I was just running. No, I was just running behind. I was listening in on y'all conversation. I just wanted to kind of give everybody a heads up that don't necessarily fall in the traps, because what can work for one team against another team doesn't always translate to the next week or the following week. Because if that was the case, then everybody could just steal everybody's blueprint from the previous week and run the table. Last time I checked, no team is undefeated.
Right.
And right, so they can just simply they cut and paste. Oh, this team was successful at doing it. Let's just cut and paste and do it. Yeah, you can make that attempt, but it doesn't guarantee success. That's what I would just caution everybody um, on when it comes to that.
I
You can.
agree.
It's a copycat league, but yeah, if you got the personnel and the play callers to do it, then try it. But if it don't work and you get the sense that it's not working, you got to immediately pivot right away because you're going to get burned by that same, those same attempts,
No, I agree.
at
Totally
doing
agree.
that. So you got to pivot immediately if it's not working, and then you
Totally
got to do
agree.
that in game decision right then and there, you know, because yeah, I was gonna say when Anthony was still on, he brought up a good point as far as hinting that we got to do it consistently because now, yeah, we played the Jets and now we're playing our first true test as a team that got some competence on both offense and defense, not just one-sided. They're only good on one aspect of the football field, and we got somebody that can do it on both sides, and they kind of like I'm gonna dub this Larry K. I got a nickname for this game. I'm gonna call this the Mirror Bowl
The
because
Mirror
both
Bowl.
teams mirror. Yes, both teams mirror each other.
Yeah, in a lot
They
of ways.
trying to they trying to win a big game on the road that they haven't been doing against good teams. They do clobber teams at home, good teams at home. They got that under their belt as far as at home. Now we're trying to do that against a good team in our own building. So
Yes,
yeah, this is more like the Mirror Bowl. I'm gonna dub this the Mirror Bowl because
I
both
like it.
teams kind of mirror each other when it comes to what they're trying to accomplish
I like
and
it. It makes
get out of
sense.
that shadow.
We're
You
gonna
know,
call it that. I'm gonna be referring
yeah,
to it as that now.
right. I mean, they're the NFC version of us, and we're the AFC version of them.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yep,
All right. Yeah,
that's what it is.
I like it, Crypto. I like it. All right, let
Yeah,
Crypto. I love you.
Shake. I
Go
got
ahead.
you too. I got the thing, Shake. So I'm looking at doing half and half with the bottles. Put
Okay,
some
that's
at
what's
the
up.
room temperature, and then I'm gonna chill some of them.
Okay, cool.
I
All
think
right, my
I'm gonna do
brother.
the red wines, and then I'll do the white wines on the other on the for
Well, chill.
chilling.
You chill the white wines, and you keep the red wines in good temperature.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna think. That's what I was thinking too. Do the
Uh,
white wines with the chill. Cool.
all right, brother.
All right, brother.
Appreciate
Uh,
you.
Later, bro.
all right, man. All right, y'all. All right, Greg.
Peace, bro.
Later.
Ryan, what up, my brother? Got the Seminole behind you, looking fly, man. What's on your mind, brother?
Listen, man, the Dolphins are looking real, looking nice. Like my guy Anthony said before. I was born and raised a Dolphins fan, and then I'm from Duval County, so I mean, obviously, I have to rep them. I have to.
Yes.
That's my people.
Mm-hmm.
They are a dumpster fire right now. They are pretenders. But the Dolphins, I feel so good about. I'm a Dan Marino fan. That's my fucking guy. Ricky Williams, that was that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're legit. We're legit. Even without Tyreek, I had questions about Tua. Tua was so, questionable, but he held his own.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm the last guy to support Tua because I feel like he wasn't on that type of time. But this season,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. He's looking nice. I feel like Miami is the real AFC winners. We just Jacksonville Jaguars just played Baltimore. Has stupid mistakes
I
that
saw.
Miami doesn't make, and Miami would have smoked their game in that game.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple official calls. Still, you got to play better as a team. So that shit shouldn't matter when it comes time to the game. The officials don't matter. If you're a good team, you can play the officials and the team.
Yes.
And Miami can do that. And Miami should be, honestly, they ain't talked about it enough, to be real. They talk about Baltimore, Kansas City. The only reason they talk about Kansas City is because of damn Taylor Swift. We all sick of that.
Yes, everybody is, bro. Everybody.
She swore at the game.
Nothing to do with football, bro. Why is she even on the TV? Y'all scream. The NFL pans to her face more than they do any team in the fucking league. So it's crazy.
You're right, bro.
By the way, Ryan, real quick, just a reminder, Tone it down on the swear words.
Yeah, we try to keep them quiet on this channel.
Good.
Thank
Well,
you.
Taylor Swift, if she was on here, she'll be dropping F-bombs all over the place.
And by the way, bro, you're up in that Jacksonville area, man. At that Keggin coin by Riverside. That's my spot, man. I love it. I love Jack.
Listen, I was born and raised in Jacksonville. I moved to St. Augustine about 5 years ago. So, but I was born and raised in Duval County.
Yeah. That's cool.
I was born in '82. We didn't get Jaguars till '95. So from '82 to '95, I was a Miami fan.
Makes sense.
It's just Miami.
I got 2 cousins down there near St. Johns County, whatever. They got married just recently, so I was down that way.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
nice.
know that area. It is nice. And Jacksonville, the city is like a pretty dope city with some stuff going on people don't realize. Like
You have to know where to go. You have to know where to go. I mean, it used to be a little bit different. You had like certain parts so you knew where not to go or to go. It's kind of spread out worse as far as crimes and gangs. We never had gangs back in the day, but it's still a pretty cool city.
Yeah.
I mean, just a lot of first things. You know, the first Burger King ever was Jacksonville, Florida.
I didn't know that. It's dope though.
Yeah.
I dig it, man. I dig Jacksonville. I've been more than once.
It's a cool city. It's by the coast, you know, just like Miami.
First coast.
I mean, exactly. All Florida teams are dope. I mean, technically. I mean, who don't want to live by the ocean?
True.
Right. I mean, I put it like that. I travel a lot for work, and it's cool to see these other states and other cities. But, man, every time I pass that Florida border, man, let me tell you something. It's nice to be in Florida.
I like
and
it. It makes sense.
Straight facts, bro. All us Florida fans will relate, man. At least we live by the ocean. What you got? All year.
No, you're right. So, bro, you think the Dolphins have a chance of winning the conference or what? What is your outlook on these next 3 games, bro?
The Dolphins are the best team in the AFC right now.
I could agree. We just got to show it against Baltimore, which I think we can show it against Baltimore.
Jacksonville banged up. We're missing 2 receivers. The defense is playing mediocre and was still in the game with him. 2 plays would have changed the whole game. A bad call by the ref. That was a touchdown by Calvin Ridley. I know y'all saw it.
Yeah, that was a touchdown. His butt was on the ground, bro, when he got possession. I thought it was. Everybody thought it was.
Even the people on the TV said it was.
Yeah.
So what's that? If he gets a touchdown, you change the momentum. All right, so we don't got to worry about that, Miami. They're going to get the touchdown. It's not going to be no questions asked.
Right.
You're right. You're right. And if Jacksonville played them like that, Miami definitely going to ball on their ass, especially if they got Tyreek.
True. I hope so, bro. I'm ready for it. I definitely hope so.
I balled out with no Tyreek Hill and still smoked the competition.
True story. You're right.
I watch football, bro. I watch football. I'm a football guy. I watch football. And Miami, I mean, listen, Mike makes some questionable coaching decisions, but not this game. Run the ball. I'm with Anthony. Run the damn ball, okay? You got Mozart. Why would you not run the ball?
I agree. We better run the ball this week, especially. Yeah.
If you ain't running the ball, what are you doing?
This week, especially, bro. I hear you. I hear you, bro.
Especially this week, man.
I hear you.
I mean, y'all definitely, to me, I would have rather played the Ravens in Miami as a Jaguar fan.
Okay, so I like to hear that. And by the way, bro, we got Mounty coming on, so we got to bring him up. But Ryan, bro, great hearing from you. Make sure you tune back in and call back in. Every Tuesday we're here, my brother.
I'm always out here. Usually I'm in the comments, but my guy Anthony, that's my brother, bro. Me and him grew up together, so
love it. Bro.
That's my guy.
Love it.
And so as far as Miami, you got my guy Jalen Ramsey. I'm a Florida State fan, obviously, in the background.
Yes.
Jalen Ramsey is that fucking dude. I mean, is that guy?
Yes, sir. Sorry. It's all good, bro. We all got to learn it because we all use it off the air, but YouTube gives me crap, so we got it. That's all. But yeah, bro, I appreciate it. I appreciate the thoughts, appreciate the love, and we'll talk to you soon. Let's go Miami, and good luck to Jax too the rest of the way, brother. Talk to you soon, bro.
Definitely. Y'all have a good night.
Later, you too, brother. Mounty, what's up, bro?
Yo. It's as always. It's always good to get up here and chat it up with y'all. How y'all doing? What's going on, Shake? Larry, Greg, what's up, man?
Chilling, man. Good to hear from you, bro. What's on your mind, my brother? How's your night?
Hey, man. It's good, man. You know, look, I had I'm not gonna lie. I had some reservations about Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, look, it is what it is. We came out. Tua took care of business. He played and see all these. People need to put some context into things. Oh well, Tua didn't play, dude. He played phenomenal against a top-rated pass defense in the league. I think they're like number 1 or number 2 in the league, and like 5 overall or something like that. So
They are.
Jets defense is elite.
No, they are.
Yeah,
They are.
so he played well. He played solid. I mean, he's not gonna come in there and put up big numbers against really good defense. He's just not. But hey, as long as we get the W and the defense came to play, man.
That's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see them come out and like the way they beat the Jets, right? It wasn't a dogfight. There was no nail biting. There was no uncertainty. And shout out to CB83. Shout out to Color in the comments. But yeah, like there was no we wiped the floor with them. We shut them out 30-0, swept them. That's what you want to see. And that hopefully shows and gives them confidence that, hey, if we execute a game plan that's outside the box, we don't get down on ourselves about injured players, we're focused, we could beat anybody and we could beat them decisively. These next 3 games are going to be very difficult, Mountie. We all know that. But we can beat them if they stay focused and execute the game plan, especially because 2 out of 3 of these games are at home. You know what I'm saying? So even I was pleasantly surprised, bro. I had some reservations. The Jets, I understand the Texans were banged up to all hell. I understand the Texans were playing outside when they were a dome team, but the Jets were playing with a newfound energy. They were having fun. Zach Wilson knows he's leaving next year. He wanted the ball out for his own stats, and we were banged up on defense and offense. I was a little nervous, and it's a division rival. But this team came out, and it's a show-me season. They've shown me some bads. They've shown me a lot of good this year, and they showed me they can bounce back, and they're not going to allow themselves to have that kind of December like they did last year. So that bodes well, Mountie. Let's see how they do the next 3 weeks,
It just the only part that just chaps my ass a little bit is the bet we could, if we didn't drop one to Tennessee, we could possibly claim the division.
I know. Yes, that.
So I mean, so that's the only one. We could actually clinch. We could actually clinch this week. So, but it's all good. Look, Dallas. As far as I'm concerned, I've been telling people all the time, Dak Prescott is the Josh Allen in the NFC. He's going to throw at least 2 picks.
Yep.
He's going to turn the ball over, and that's going to add to their demise, I think.
No, it's a very good point, and I'm sure that could happen. It's like he's like Josh Allen too, in the sense where he could start using his feet and he can make plays that give you fits, but he could also get himself into trouble by running too much, throwing into bad situations and trying to force things. So you kind of have a duality with those guys, and it hurts, it changes the way that you play them. So I'm hoping he has a bad game against us, but either way, we're going to have to play our game. We're going to have to keep up if he is having a good game. Mm-hmm. I think Dallas is going to come out on fire a little hot because they just got destroyed by Buffalo. So hopefully, we're ready for that because that's how we came out against the Jets. And Buffalo's playing with their hair on fire, but let's see how Buffalo does. 2 cupcakes, so to speak, but they put a lot of energy on KC and Dallas, just like they put a lot of energy on us at the beginning of the season. Let's see what happens with them. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's funny is a few years ago, the Patriots got embarrassed by Kansas City. And I'll never forget that press conference on the Cincinnati. Yes. And who knows, this could be our on to Cincinnati moment.
I hope so, bro. I hope so. Yeah, but I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah, but I found myself, I've listened to people talking about, well, it was a collective effort of why we lost against Tennessee. But as far as I'm concerned, that game should have never been close. We weren't focused, and it was just, it was a bad game for everybody all around. So getting a field goal blocked, and it's just terrible.
No, I agree, and we didn't run the ball in the red zone when we could have. We could have been up by 2-3 touchdowns for all we know.
Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. So on to Dallas. I think we can beat them. I really do. I think we can beat them. And then surely Baltimore. Listen, what it is I see Lamar Jackson like a faster Jalen Hurts. You keep him in the pocket. You don't allow him to use his athleticism to create, and make him have to drive the field. That's all.
We've done that 2 years in a row, so we got to kind of do that. Like we've done that. We can play that. We have the defensive personnel to do it. We just got to do it. Now, Phillips is a big loss in that department because I think he's good at covering the edge, closing the angle on guys with his speed and athleticism. But we have guys that can still keep up to some extent in that regard, and we have to scheme it up, and we have to just sell out to do it, We got to do it. So I agree with you, Mountie. I hear you. I agree with you. G's over here watching something. G, what are you watching?
I'm going to watch PC upset the number 6 team in the nation. Do it for Providence.
But listen, I don't want to, I don't want to give Buffalo too much credence, but it's just something about them. I just do not want to. I don't want to see them in the playoffs at all.
Me either, bro. They're playing with their hair on fire too.
It's just like Josh Allen. He's their force multiplier. Like he steps up when no one else does. I mean, this guy has a never say die type of spirit. He plays hard. He's a big, strong quarterback who can run and can cause problems for opposing defenses. I don't care who you got out there. So it's just I don't want to see him because look, yeah, he throws his share of touchdowns, but he can throw of interceptions, but he can throw touchdowns too.
100%. He could also run
and then run for him too.
Yes.
So he's no little guy. He's a big guy.
No, I don't want to see him either. I'm not happy about it. I wish we could have put them away, and we would have been able to. We still can though. Win the next 2 games, and you put them away in a lot of ways. So I wish we beat Tennessee though. It was just no excuse to not win that game. We would have been in a much different position right now, which is frustrating. But you can't look back. You can only control what's ahead, and that's what the team's got to do. And that's what they're saying they're gonna do. So I guess that's where we are. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Yeah,
that's it, Mountie.
Yeah. I mean, Tua and the whole organization answered. Well, they answered a big question that everybody. A lot of they said, well, can Tua play without Tyreek Hill? Well, he did it against the number 5 defense overall and the number 2 passing defense in the league. So he did it one time. He can do it again.
No, I agree with you. Let's hope he can. And let's hope he can do it against these teams. And if it comes down, Mountie, to a clutch situation at the end of the game, let's hope he can handle that and we don't have another fumble or a weird throw again, which I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, let's just do it, So I'm looking forward to it, bro. I really am. And I appreciate your
So let's just give it. See, the thing is this. What's really going to matter, and we can sit up here and revel in the good games he's having in the regular season. He's got to win when it counts in the postseason.
Agreed.
So that's what I'm waiting on. I need to see.
No, agreed. Totally agreed. That's what we're all waiting on. Show me season, as we said, brother. And that's what we're waiting on. Show me season. So that's it. That's it, bro. And that's it. I mean, it's Christmas time. We got the game coming up, Mountie. So we're ready to go, man. So any final thoughts from any of the 3 of you guys? Shake, Mountie, Greg?
Oh, I'll start.
Yeah, start.
I did it last week. I'm going to do it again for the betterment of the team. Cowboys are going to win this game 45-14.
Oh,
blow us out. They're going to trounce us at home. And hopefully I'm right about this one and it goes Miami's way. And just for the record, if we want the 1 seed, which it's not impossible yet. We got to win all 3 of these games to clinch the division. We just got to beat the Ravens and the Bills, or Cowboys and Ravens, and we clinch. Doesn't matter. Just win. Hopefully, I'm wrong about this one, and I'm happy come Monday morning. But I'm going to go with the final score. Cowboys 45, Dolphins 14. And yeah.
All right, G.
Greg, oh my God, you sound like Pete, bro. God, you say the Cowboys score 45 points on us?
It's for the
this defense right now?
I did it last week.
Oh
with the
my
Jets.
God.
Jets were gonna win all week.
He's putting that karma out there, man. I understand it. I'm not complaining. Let G do what he thinks he's got to do.
I
He's
gotta
doing
do
some
it.
wild stuff.
I gotta do it for this. Do it for the team. I gotta do it for the team. I gotta take one for the team.
Shake, final thoughts?
Doesn't mean I want us to lose.
Just fuck Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mountie, final thoughts from you, brother.
Hey man, as always, it's always good to come up and chop it up with y'all. Sometimes I don't get a chance to come up and chop it. I just listen. But hey, Larry, man, it's always great show. Shake, great show. And hey man, fins up. We'll see y'all Sunday.
Yes, sir. Thanks,
By the
Mountie.
way, it's Pluck Buffalo. By the way,
Yes,
Buffalo.
pluck is what we're doing. Yes,
Pluck
yes.
Buffalo. Yes.
All right, guys. All right, everybody. We love you guys, man. Thank you for joining another episode of Larry. What are we calling it these days? Larry, Lucci, G, and Shake. Thanks for joining, man. Merry Christmas to everybody, and let's go Fins, man. Let's go Fins. There's no reason why we can't win these last 3 games. We control our own destiny. I'm sick and tired of hearing that. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that we control our own destiny because it doesn't always work out for us when we do. But let's hope it's different this year. Let's hope when we control our own destiny this year, we get to the destiny we all envision and want and wish for as Dolphins fans. Let's pray for it. If you guys are in here and you still haven't click subscribe for the good of the holiday season. Click subscribe so that the Dolphins win. Maybe if you don't put the karma out there by clicking subscribe, maybe they lose. So click subscribe. Help fuel the good karma. Become a member of Fury Fam. Join the movement. Join the family. Get down with it. We're here live every Tuesday at 7. Come and join us when we put the link out. We take callers one at a time. Come share your thoughts and all of those things. Make sure you tune in Thursday to the happy hour with Lucci and Shake. They're going to talk about the upcoming game against Dallas. They're going to discuss games of interest and who you should be rooting for. They're going to break down what's going on in those games of interest. They're going to debate whether they agree on who we should be rooting for. It's a great show. They unwind. It's the end of the week. Kick back with a drink. It's getting close to Christmas time. Let's all enjoy it. Tune into the happy hour. Make sure you also check out, Shake and Crypto and everybody's other programming over on the Fins Tailgate and join us for that. And make sure you tune into me every post game. After every game, I'll share my thoughts, win or lose. You'll get to see me and my raw emotion wearing my heart on my sleeve. So click subscribe. One last beg. Click it right. Click it right here. Click it. Click subscribe. Click like. And we'll see all you guys after the game. But you'll see Shake and Lucci on Thursday. So looking forward to it, man. Thank you for everybody who joined and listened. You guys are what makes the channel. This is a Phin-Addict Fury channel, and it's for Fanatics, which all of you guys are. That's why I started the channel. We're going strong. If I had a date for when we started it, I'd have an anniversary. I don't, but I know we're about 2 years or something at this point of really doing it, and it's been successful, and it continues to grow, and I'm going to keep doing it and keep trying to grow it as things go on. There'll be a lot of new things in the off season that I'm going to put together. Just, intro-wise, content-wise, presentation-wise, merchandise with the logo, things like that. And hopefully you guys will be interested in buying some shirts and hats and things that represent the logo. But either way, let's go Fins. We can win this game. It's at home. No excuses. Let's get some players back. Let's go out and let's win this game. Everybody enjoy your families. Be in good spirits. Be in good cheer. It's the holiday season. Let's finish the year in happiness. Let's finish the year thankful for what we have, and let's enjoy it and enjoy Hard Knocks tonight. Later.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best. And daydreaming of the jazz